my fellow bookish people. Today I come to you with a tag, a weaponized tag. Steve Donoghue, in his malevolent Borg-like kind of operation, is sucking in people's videos and his Borg-like weaponizing them into tags. The victim this week is Claudia over at Spinster's Library, who has an amazing channel, and Steve, in his Borg-like senses, has very good taste, and has taken her her video, 10 Things I Wish I'd Known Before I Started a BookTube Channel, which I'll leave a link down below for her thoughtful and interesting 10 things. He's weaponized that into a tag. I'll put a link to his weaponization video down below, and you can watch that. It's also highly entertaining. And so yes, these are the prompts. He wants you to tell your BookTube stories. Number 1, hate comments, troll comments, creepy comments. As Steve quite rightly points out in his video, I'm a guy. And guess what? Guys, creepy troll idiots like to pick on women. I'm sure I'm not Mr. Complete Popularity out there. The most I get are negative thumbs downs on videos, so yeah, whatever. Number 2, scammy emails. That would necessitate me actually putting my email or any way that someone could actually contact me on my YouTube channel, which I don't. It's just not the kind of person I am. I have trouble with, for a person who reads a lot of books, I have trouble with written communication. Number 3, pushy authors. All those authors that are clamoring for me to review their books. Crickets. Yeah. Number 4 is FOMO, fear of missing out. And this is like, oh, are you, as you get into BookTube, are you worried that you're gonna miss out on what everybody else is reading, and then you can become part of the conversation? And usually when there's a hot book, that actually really pushes me the other way. Steve used the example of the new Margaret Atwood book, The Testaments, which as a Canadian, I have my own complicated relationship with the great literary overlord that is the Queen Empress. How hard is it to explain booktubers to outsiders? Why would I ever tell an outsider that I have a BookTube channel? Why? It's not that I'm embarrassed about the rest of you out there. It's that there is no way in hell that I would want anyone who actually knows me to actually watch my BookTube channel. This is our secret. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. Yeah, so explain it to outside. What? No! Number 6, BookTube categorizing. How has yours changed? Yeah, so but yeah, I do read-alongs. Obviously, ShakeTube. I've done the Steve's Trollop read-along, the Palliser novels. Yeah, that sort of stuff. I'm gonna do my first buddy read with Brian over at Bookish. So yeah. So that's sort of how it's changed that way. Number 7, BookTube-inspired changes in the way you read. Are you more critical, more vocal, more detailed? Definitely more detailed. I've always had kind of a thing with reading, with any kind of media. I love to kind of talk about it and analyze it and think about it. I'm an English major, but I was an English major before I was an English major, if you know what I mean. I was always someone who's like interested in stories and like, why did they do that in that story? Why did the author do that? Or what does this character mean? Or why did they do that? Is that out of character? Or, why is this so good this way? Like, kind of just enjoyment and wanting to kind of like, a part of the enjoyment of reading for me isn't just simply in the reading, it's the thinking about it afterwards and kind of like getting into all the details. I've definitely kind of slowed down as a reader, I guess, because it's slowed down because I've had to kind of like, okay, I'm however half-assed and disorganized my scripts appear to you, poor viewer. That is actually an effort of me trying to jot down points and vaguely get it into some kind of organization, and then completely forget about it when I turn on the camera and just start talking excitingly. It's like, calm down. Steve, I think at some point in his video said, like, as you're developing your skills as a booktuber, you learn to take pauses and to be able to think and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, I never thought of that. Number 8, new skills. Editing, filmmaking, public speaking. This isn't public speaking. I'm talking to myself alone in a room. Nobody else is here. Nobody else is here. So public speaking is a wash. Filming is this. So that's editing. I actually use Lightworks, which is a they have basically a free version, which it says it expires after a week, but all you have to do is log in and then just remember your password, and then you can relog back into it. And I've been using it for such a long time now, and it's been such a useful, fairly easy thing to me. I found the instructions for how to use it on YouTube, that font of all knowledge. That I use that for editing. So I guess I have learned a little bit about editing, which might surprise people. But also, inserting pictures in the frame, and putting maybe music tracks over stuff that actually I want to put music tracks over, not my regular talkie videos. So yeah, there have been some benefits to this, and who knows, maybe how I communicate has gotten a little bit better. Hopefully, I think Claudia talked about how I need to talk in complete sentences, and slowly, very incrementally, that is actually maybe happening to me as well. Hopefully. Because yes, sentence fragments are definitely my friend in real life. New book discoveries, and yes, most definitely. This is somewhere where Anthony Trollope, the Palliser series, is something that I got onto with Steve Donoghue. ShakeTube at the moment. This is my second year of doing kind of reading plays of Shakespeare in September, and that has been a very positive change, a very absorbing change. Someone like Sarah Waters, Fingersmith, is someone who Jason Oldblue's Chapter and Verse, and actually Kristen Labensdottir, which is also Jason. That's he's one booktuber there. Surprisingly, Jason, well, and Steve. I mean, Steve's everywhere. He's probably taken over all my book reading. So number 10, the famous BookTube community, which it's there have been ups and downs in the famous BookTube community. You get to meet a lot of people who love books, and I get to have that enough of a connection with people that I like with books, but I can kind of turn off my phone and also recharge and recuperate from having that connection and interacting with people. The amount of energy I have, this works for me. This works for me as a lonely shut-in, to have this amount of exposure to people who love books, and for them to sort of get to know me without me having all my kind of braces up and just being, hi, I'm just going to stand here in the corner and be quiet. So, as Steve said at the end of this, you are all tagged. That is, you people who have channels and you people who don't have channels. You're all tagged, and the people who don't have channels, you have to go to Steve's original video where he will browbeat you into having a channel, because, as he says, if you can be as technically a Luddite as him, you can start your own channel and do it. Though I'll put in the proviso there of, some of you people are like so awesome being in the comment fields. I something I suck at. I think there's an art there that should not be undervalued, and more videos later.